Hello everyone, it's Kim and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the TBR Cafe Recommends. I told you this was coming. So I'm playing my TBR game for all of you and giving book recommendations or suggestions based on the prompts. So we all know for the most part how the game works. If you don't, I will link my playlist for my TBR game in the description. But let's go ahead and jump in with roll number one. Roll number one is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for historical fiction. And the first prompt is going to be written between 1800 and 1850. That is a very specific prompt. 1800 to 1850 is prompt number one, and for that I'm going to recommend Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, which is, I believe, 1847? Yes, 1847, so on the higher end of that time period. And then the next one is 1818, which is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. So two different options, two classic reads, 1800 to 1850 book choices. Roll number two is going to be 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 for a self-care challenge. So we're gonna come over here. No book rec, but the self-care challenge is going to be to watch a TED Talk. Self-care challenge. If you want to do the self-care challenge, really simple, watch a TED Talk. I suggest maybe looking for a TED Talk in something that interests you, or maybe that you're looking to do a little better with in your life, something along that line. Look for a topic like that for this self-care challenge. Roll number 3 is 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for another historical fiction. All right, let's see what our next prompt is. Written between 1900 and 1950. Obviously I need to shuffle these cards better because they were right next to each other, or it's just all about timeline. It's all about timeline today. We have found ourselves in the 1900s now, so here are two recommendations ranging from 1900 to 1950. The first one was released in 1915, and I don't have a singular copy of it, but it is going to be the Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. If you know, you know about this short story. It's very interesting. Usually it's read in school at some point, but I recommend checking that one out. And then the next one was released in 1925, and that is my go-to for the jazz age for quick rereads is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. If you haven't read this, I highly recommend checking out. It's probably one of my favorite books we read in school, and I've reread it multiple times since then. Yeah, F. Scott Fitzgerald and Franz Kafka, Metamorphosis and The Great Gatsby. Roll number 4 is 14. We're flying through this board. 14, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 for a mood read. So we have our little mood read token. Roll number 4 is a mood read. All right, so for this one, I'm going to suggest finishing a series or perhaps reading the next book in a series you're really enjoying. So for me personally, that would be Lover Mine by J.R. Ward. I've been rereading the Black Dagger Brotherhood, so if I was going to be doing a mood read, I definitely would be picking this. So pick a book that perhaps you really want to read or continue, something along that line. Roll number 5. 10. 10, 10, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for an ice cream cone, which is the sci-fi fantasy category. And our prompt is 500 plus pages.
This next roll has decided to give us a chunky book of over 500 pages. So for this, my two recommendations would be Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. This one comes in at 643 pages, at least for this copy of the book. And then my other recommendation would be House of Earth and Blood, Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. This one comes in at with acknowledgements, 803. So without the acknowledgements, it's a little bit shorter, but both very good books, over 500 pages.
Roll number 6 and possibly our final roll. Can we get to the finish line? What is it on? Oh, I totally hit that. I think it was an 8, but I'm not entirely sure. So we're just gonna roll again. And that is going to be a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for another self-care challenge. All right, what is our second self-care challenge for August? If I can pick up the card. No sodas.
We have another self-care challenge. Why did this never happen when I played my game for myself? But it is challenging you to not have soda. This is one that I really put in there specifically for me, and I'm actually going on my 3rd month without drinking a soda, and that was just like a choice I decided to make to challenge myself. Honestly, a lot easier than I anticipated. So if you want to take that challenge, go for it. If you don't want to take the challenge, 100% get that too. So no soda is another self-care challenge you could do during this month or next month.
All right, we need an 8 or higher to finish this round. So we're going into roll number 7. Can we do it? 8 or higher. Let's go. No, we got a 2. It's a 2. So we have 1 and 2 for a YA contemporary or contemporary romance. And the prompt is going to be Kindle Unlimited.
This roll gave us Kindle Unlimited. So for this one, obviously I have some romance suggestions. The first one being the Four Horsemen series by Laura Thalassa, starting with Pestilence. It's a fun series. It's definitely a lot. It's dark, it's gritty, so be prepared for that, but it's also really, really a good series. I really like it a lot. I am on book 4. I have not started Death yet, and I'm kind of like, I don't want this series to end, so I'm kind of putting it off, but highly recommend that series. And then for a suggestion off of my own TBR, I'm going to say Winning Ace by Tracy Delaney. This is a tennis romance. Sports romances are pretty popular right now, but there's not a lot of tennis ones. I play tennis. I wanted a tennis romance, and there was like very few that I could find. So if you know of any other good ones that either you've read or you've heard about, please leave a comment letting me know about them. But yeah, so Pestilence by Laura Thalassa and Winning Ace by Tracy Delaney.
We need a 6 or more. Here we go. Roll number 8. 17. We did it. We did it all the way to the finish line. And we're going to call this a mood read since it is the final space on the board. Mood read it is. And another mood read token.
And finally, we have a final mood read for finishing the board. And for that one, I am recommending a book to movie adaptation, or in my case, it's also a reread, and that would be A Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I have been wanting to reread this book anyway, but with the movie coming out, it's kind of just pushed it, well, the movie is out, and it's just pushed it higher to my TBR. But I really enjoyed this book the first time I read it. The characters are fun. It honestly, I say it was like a new comfort read for me, but I have yet to reread it. Isn't that the case though? But I am looking forward to returning to this story and then watching the movie. So I'm very, or vice versa. I'm very excited about it. But this would be my mood read for something that I wanted to reread, or maybe a comfort read, or maybe even if I was in like a little bit of a reading slump, I think this would be a good one to pick. And that is it for this round of the TBR Cafe Recommends. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different, I know, from me playing the game normally, but that will be returning most likely in January. So I hope you did enjoy this kind of recommendation video variation of the game for now, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. Until then, take care and happy reading, everyone. Bye!